We got theme music.
I guess so.
What do you think?
I'm surprised.
Do you like the theme music? There's other options. I just went with something happy. I tried to go with some happy theme music. What do you think, Brooks? You like the happy theme music? Welcome to the Pete Gustin Blind Surfer Call-In Show. Today, we're going to be talking about your problems. I've got enough. She doesn't have any, right?
No, none.
No problems.
No.
Especially not me.
I'm problem free.
And we're going to be taking your phone calls at 760-517-6844. I have other options if you want a different theme music. What do you got?
I liked the first one.
Oh, you like the first one? We are not going to be taking texts today. I know everybody was doing the texts a couple weeks ago, and they were getting the doop, doop, doop. We turned that off because we cannot check the texts while we're taking the phone calls. If you want to get in touch with us and you're not going to be dialing 760-517-6844, you should just put a comment in the comment section. How about this theme music?
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
I like that one.
Yeah.
This one is actually, there's a surf session that me, you, and Josh did in Oceanside one day, and there was a lot of close-ups of you surfing, and you were rocking out like really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And people kept saying, they're like, Brooks's movements match up with the music. I thought that was really cool.
Just naturally rhythmic.
Yeah.
Flows through me.
All right, so I will kill the theme music. There we go. Theme music. We had theme music. You can choose your favorite of the three. We're going to be taking phone calls slightly differently this time. Last time, people would call up and we would answer, and immediately they would be on the air, and we were startling a lot of people. So now when you call 760-517-6844, there is a little message, and it's me saying that you are going to be in a queue. So if you're in there right now, there's no sound, and I did that so that you can actually listen to the show while you're on hold. But if you got through and you heard that message and now you're connected and you don't hear anything, it just means that you're in line. So Brooks, maybe if you want to, when a call comes through, if you see one, if you want to call out like the prefix, can you see the first three numbers?
I cannot.
All right, we'll see.
We got a call coming in now. Should we take it?
Yeah, let's see who it is.
Caller, you're live.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? Who is
Good.
it? Who is this?
Jeffrey Krupke from Spokane, Washington.
Did you say Keith?
Jeff.
Oh, I wasn't even close.
Yeah, I was like,
Sorry, blind, deaf. You know, I've got them all going on.
No problem. Hey, I was wondering, are you signed up for the Elon Musk Neuralink? I know that they...
Go ahead. You tell me what you know about it.
They're helping out people who are blind. I was wondering if you're signed up for the trial yet.
So I actually... I'm sorry, Jeff. I keep cutting you off. I'm bad at this.
Go for it.
I did. We'll keep you on. I put together a video and posted it on X and on YouTube, and I said I wanted to have a conversation with Elon, and I'm sure he gets a lot of people trying to hit him up. But the video did get over 1 million views, and I don't necessarily like his claims. I don't like the fact that he's saying, put this chip in your head and we'll cure paraplegics, quadriplegics, blindness. I like if he could rephrase it and say, we hope to at some point in the future. I just feel like he's giving, that's Elon's thing though. He throws out huge claims. To answer your question, no, I have not signed up. I don't know, as much as I want my eyesight, I don't know if I'd want to be a guinea pig for an Elon Musk project, especially when it messes with your brain.
I know that he says in the beginning it'll only be black and white and it won't be super high resolution. So, but it does look like the one guy who had quadriplegia is doing pretty good with the first trial. So
it is impressive.
I just hope you are able to do that someday and be able to get some of your eyesight back would be great. I appreciate the call, Pete.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I mean, if he could,
have a great day.
Thanks, you too. I mean, if he could do that, if this was a tried, true, tested, as much as I really, really, really want my eyesight back, I don't want something that's gonna like mess with my brain, like something else that's gonna like screw me up more. I got enough problems. I don't need any more problems.
what if it messed with your brain, but it did make it so you could see?
We got a new caller. Caller, you're on. What advice do you seek from
That'd be
Pete?
dumber, but I could see. Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hi, I just had a question to ask.
Go ahead.
Okay, so look,
Brooks, where's your gong?
if you have One shot.
You got gonged.
You're supposed
It
to be
was
the mean guy.
Only because you were breaking up. Nothing against you.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Someone else connected?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hey, who's this?
Hi, this is Trevor.
Trevor.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Massachusetts.
Hey.
Oh, cool. That's where we're
That's
from.
where we're from.
What part?
Oh, really?
Yeah. What part of Massachusetts?
You want to go visit?
I'm just curious.
I'm right outside of Gloucester.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
All right,
Spelled
anyways.
Gloucester for people that don't know.
Yeah.
What's going on, Trevor?
Not much. I just had a question.
Go ahead.
in mind. Yeah, what's the hardest thing about being blind?
That I think because you're young, you're getting this
Yeah,
question.
we'll let this one pass.
The hardest thing about being blind, there isn't I wouldn't say that there is a singular thing. I'd just say it's trying to continue living your life. It just makes everything a lot harder. Oh, you came up with one. You said the hardest thing is probably going to a new, you know me better than I know me, is probably going to a new environment. Right? Remember that last week?
Yeah, no,
Couple
I
weeks
do
ago?
remember because, well, just from living with you, I know you're very brave about basically everything, but I see you get anxious when I suggest going to a new place.
Yeah, it is. I'm mildly distracted because did you kill? I keep looking like I'm going to see something over there. Did you kill that call?
No, he's still on the line.
Okay, why don't you? Trevor's. I think going to new places is probably the hardest thing. Did you have a follow up, or is that the question?
Another question is like,
I think we
have
get to one
you?
question.
Okay.
So thank you, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
Bye.
Apparently, you only get one question.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
Hello?
You were on.
No way.
You did
All
it.
right. Hey, so I just have a quick question.
Sure.
Are you able to play like VR by chance? Virtual, you know.
Yeah, no, I was trying. So when my eyesight was getting really bad, a guy came over. What was it? Patriot View, something like that. He came all the way to San Diego from Florida to give me a pair of VR glasses. That it wasn't VR games. Like I wasn't doing any VR porn or anything like that. He was trying to make me see the world through the VR glasses, and the concept was great. It would take what was in front of you, and then you could zoom in. You could through commands, you could zoom in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. At the acuity I had at the time, I had to zoom in 6 times, and then my whole field of view was basically like your eyebrow. It was just way too tight. But now I don't have the visual acuity for it at all, so it's not helpful to me. But it's a great tool for people that are legally blind and visually impaired.
I didn't know that. I thought that was really cool. I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
Yeah.
No worries, man.
Thanks for the call.
Bye,
Yeah.
Dana.
Thanks.
Talk to you later.
That was for Banana.
Oh, bye. Bye.
He said, "Bye, Banana."
Oh.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
You just burp.
Someone's trying to. Is that what that was?
Not sure.
Oh, I thought the
Oh.
thing would... Caller, you're on. Do you have an advice question?
No, actually, just a question about
Oh, that was so fast.
I'm not. Listen, audience. Let's have a quick talk here.
We'll powwow.
We are doing an advice show. This is not questions for Pete about his life. This is advice questions about your life.
And the reason for that is that Brooks and Banana are tired of hearing me talk about my life.
Yes, this is about you asking Pete for advice.
Because every time we go out anywhere, every time we meet new people, they want to sit there and there's a big long Q&A with me for an hour. So everybody's sick of it.
All right, caller. Are you there?
Scared somebody.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello, hello. Ooh,
Hello?
you startled
When
someone.
you're blind, would you be able to read?
When I'm blind, would I be able to read? I think I might have gonged that question.
I'm going to gong everyone who does not have a life advice question.
We need to rephrase.
Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete?
I hear the people breathing.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are
you're on.
Oh, did they hang up on themselves? Oh, no.
Well, I was asking is, do you watch Skibidi Toilet?
Do what?
What? Something about a toilet.
No, he doesn't watch Skibidi Toilet. He's not a child.
I don't watch anything.
Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
Hey guys, my name is Dave. I'm from Freeport, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Dave.
I
Dave.
just wanted to know, did you, when you were losing your eyesight, before you started using a cane, did you have a hard time bringing yourself to do that?
Yeah, let me answer this one, Brooks, because it's kind of it's
Okay.
it's an important. Brooks doesn't like it because it's not about you, but I do like this one because I was super scared of using the cane because going from a fully mobile person to someone that had to use a stick to get around was a total mind screw for me. Like I didn't like it. I was practicing it in private without telling Banana. Me and Superdog used to go out and I would practice the stick, and I was very nervous about it. I got the smallest collapsible one I could find so that I could like put it away as soon as anybody was around that I was uncomfortable with. But I will say that it was Anthony Ferraro and Dan Mancino when they came out, and I knew that they were using their blind guy canes, and those guys are younger than me at least, skaters, and they're cool guys, and they've been dealing with their blindness longer than I have, and they've gotten really comfortable with their canes. And I'm like, hey, if Dan and Anthony are cool with their canes, I should be cool with mine. And that's when I kind of started getting a little more comfortable with it. And huge credit to Banana. I think not all women might have been as accepting with their guy having to, you know, it was different. She met me when I wasn't using a cane. I had to transition to it, and she was nothing but supportive. You were
Yeah, I
like,
was
if
gonna
it's
say,
going to
I
help
don't-
you,
I
yeah.
don't think any woman or man, I don't think anybody would think twice about somebody using a tool that helps them.
It was just a little scary to have to admit, like, I need a stick to cross the street
Well,
now.
it's actually really helpful anyways because
Right.
now people clear the
That's
way.
kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I figured you were asking for a reason, but you know what? The one of the most comfortable walks I've ever had down a sidewalk. Right before my eyesight was like really crapping out, I was trying to walk Superdog down to the vet by myself, and I'd hear the footsteps of people coming, and I'd be like, I can't see them. I don't know where they are, especially if there's a bunch. And then they'd be looking at me, and I know that you're supposed to do the eye contact thing, like you go left, I'll go right, something like that. And it was just so stressful. Like I couldn't see if anybody was coming, and I was kind of bumping shoulders into people. And I'm not this is the aggressive walk down the sidewalk, get out of my way guy. That's not me.
Yeah.
But the first time, and I just started with an ID cane. I didn't really know how to use it. It was just a cane that IDs that I'm blind, and I could literally hear the footsteps like parting for me, and everybody was getting out of my
Yeah,
way.
it's so helpful. I would not feel self-conscious about it. I
Yeah.
would just go for it. And as soon as you start to learn it, I think you're going to realize that you wished you'd have done it sooner.
Was it something that was hard to learn, or?
I don't even know if I do it. I was using it for a year and a half before I had Molly Burke show up at my house and give me like cane lessons. I was like, oh, I've been doing it wrong. You just do what works for you.
Let's move it along here.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm applauding that question, even though you don't like it, Brooks.
Okay.
Because
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete, or you will get gonged?
Hey,
Hello.
Hey,
Callie.
what's the
I'm
question?
from San Diego.
Hey,
I moved
me
out
too.
a while ago, but I was just wondering, how do you go about starting new things? I mean, you have so much courage, Pete.
That's a
I'm
good. Wait,
here
no,
to
no,
try new
don't.
things.
Wait, I could help him rephrase. How could I go about starting new things? Because then that would be a life advice question.
You got saved by the distance between.
Okay,
Brooks's
I'll let
finger
this
and the
one
mouse.
slide.
Starting new things generally starts with getting over the fear of them, and maybe possibly trying to relate it to things that you are comfortable with. I mistakenly tried to associate surfing with skateboarding. I had been a skater my whole life, and I'm like, that's the same thing, right? So I went out into the water with all the confidence in the world because I had something that I could kind of associate with it, thinking I could do it. Now, of course, first time I got out into the water and I realized that surfing is nothing like skating, it didn't help, but I was already out there and I was already taking the first step. But try and relate it to something that you are comfortable with, or just, convince yourself that it's not as scary as you think, because generally it's not.
Yeah, it really is. Exactly.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I was a skater in my younger years, and I want to try snowboarding. And I feel like, oh, yeah, I think I got it. But now I'm not so sure.
Go for it.
Just try it.
Worst things that can happen is you hit a tree, right?
Wear your helmet.
Yeah, wear a helmet, wear your Burton Impact shorts, and definitely start on a easy slope. And then, like anything, start easy and you'll get better. Just don't be
thanks,
afraid.
Pete. It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Brooks, for not completing
Thanks for the question. I was wrong.
All
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete? Hello?
Hi, yeah.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask Pete if I have a friend who's actually visually impaired. What's one way I could help them, like, go out in public more and be more comfortable with that?
That's a question I get a lot in the comment section, and I rarely answer because I feel like it's a question for Banana. What do you feel like you need to do to make me comfortable when we're out in public? I actually feel like I'd like to hear what you have to say, Banana.
That's a tough one because I'm kind of pushy. So, I mean, I would respect their anxiety, you know, and just tell them that their feelings are valid. But I always say, I'm always going to be here for you, Pete. Like sometimes he'll reach for me and then he'll say like, you left me hanging. I'm like, I'm never leaving you hanging. I was like 2 seconds, you know, I was like doing one thing, but I saw like, you just have to reassure them that basically you won't leave them. Cause I think that's scary.
That is the thing I actually, that's good. See, this is why I wanted you to answer that. That's the thing I think I appreciate the most, whether I'm walking with you or going somewhere with Brooks, or if I'm out in the water with Josh or Brooks or Nisha, I like knowing that the person is there. Josh told me very, very early on when we were surfing together, Josh said, my eyes are always on you. He's like, whether you know I'm there or not, he's like, my eyes are on you. So I think reassuring the person that you reassure your visually impaired friend that you understand the problem and you will be there when and if they need you. I think that might be the biggest thing. I think that might be the most reassuring thing you can do for them.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Welcome.
Good question.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling. Good job, Anna.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
I just had 2 questions because I'm actually visually impaired myself, and I can't see at all, like except for some little bit of light. But the first thing is like, how can I know? Like, how will I be able to tell when I'm either needing to use my cane or like I'm like if I'm crossing the street, for instance, like how will I know if like people are actually like, you know, stopped or stuff like traffic wise?
I've really started associating. I very much fill in what the world is from the sounds, but between electric cars and people getting quiet when they see you with the cane, it's gotten a little trickier than maybe it should be. I rarely go out and do stuff by myself. I'm amazed by my friends Dan and Anthony who will go out into the world completely blind by themselves and find their way around. When I do find myself in that situation and I have to cross the street by myself, the best thing you can do is find that little thing that'll help you cross the street. Hopefully your town has them. Hopefully it'll beep, and then listen very carefully, because these days, especially, even the drivers aren't paying a lot of attention. And do not be afraid when you're going into the street. This is something I struggle with. I'm kind of afraid to like wave my cane around a lot. You're only supposed to tap from one foot to the other, like your shoulder width distance. If you're going into a street or any location where you're uncomfortable, wave that thing around. Wave your big stick around, you know, and then maybe someone who's on their phone might notice this big giant stick flailing around in front of them. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to hit some idiot that wasn't paying attention, but at least you didn't have a bigger or worse collision, and, you know, hopefully not with a car, if that is helpful advice.
Thank you. And then I also had a second question.
Yeah.
So I like driving around like a lawnmower and stuff because, you know, I like to act like I'm not blind.
Yeah,
because
it's
I've been
great.
blind my whole life.
Yeah.
I love it.
But my second question is, how, like, do you know a way where I can, like, other than the cane, where I can show people that I'm blind, like?
So I wear this shirt that says blind surfer.
People don't read that though.
And nobody reads it. No, honestly, like straight up,
I've seen a lot of
honestly,
shorts.
I've tried a hat, I tried a bandana, I tried a headband, I tried
Learned nobody
shirts.
reads.
Nobody reads anything. Even when I have we walked into the rifle range, the airsoft range last weekend, and I had a
I
cane.
used to do archery too. That's cool.
Oh yeah, we did some archery with an unboxing, but you know, I was in there as blind could be with the cane and the glasses and literally saying I'm blind, and the guy didn't get it. And you know what? Some people aren't going to get it, and the 2 best things you can do is let it roll off you. They don't understand, and they don't mean it. They don't mean to be jerks. It's just an accident. Or put a camera in their face and put it on YouTube and then get millions of subscribers. That works too.
I just thought of something. I wonder if it would help both Pete and you to say I'm visually impaired rather than use the phrase I'm blind, because a lot of times people will be like, oh, like, and they think you're making a joke, like, oh, I didn't see that, oh, I'm blind, you know, and like people don't always
I
take
happen
you
to have
serious.
really small eyes, so like I would hope people know I can't see. So like if they look at my face, they can see that my eyes are like teeny tiny.
It should be visually obvious. You know, people are just so in their own heads. They really are. And if they're not going to get it right away, you know, just you just gotta. I was having a hard time, especially as I was getting more blind and realizing that I'm like, people should be noticing this. Like, I unfortunately or fortunately have the habit of, like, when I'm talking to Brooks, I look at Brooks. When I'm talking to Banana, I look at Banana, and I know that the camera is basically in that direction, and that's probably confusing to people. So I take a lot of that fault. Like, it's my fault. Like, I'm faking you out by looking in those directions. But when it's more obvious and I have my glasses and my cane and people don't notice, I mean, you can either just walk around mad all day or you can just go, you know, move on. Just move on and say they didn't notice and it's okay.
I'm gonna send you a package with Braille.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You'll know what's in there. It's gonna be a blind guy unboxing, but you can see it. You can read it.
Cool.
Nice. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
See, I like these are all like things that I was dealing with, like all these questions, and I never went to a blind school, and I didn't have any blind friends.
Yeah, you didn't have
Caller,
Yeah.
I just had to figure it out on my own.
Hello.
you are on. What life advice do you seek?
So I was wondering, like, Pete, if you could have your vision back, what other side would you rather lose than your vision? You know?
Oh, that's good.
That's not
I
a
knew that
life
was a
advice
gong.
question.
I also hate that question. I don't like hypotheticals. Like, I don't know.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete? That's not a hypothetical. Hello?
Good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Look, goodbye.
Hello? Bye.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
It's you.
Hello?
We sound good today. I like our microphones.
Are you there?
This person does not sound good. They're like rubbing the phone in their
3, 2.
Bong. I did the gong for you. You know what's funny? I feel like when a call comes in, it gets brighter on that side of the room. I'm like detecting bright.
Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hi,
Hey,
Hey.
who's this?
it's Tyler from Tennessee.
Tyler from Tennessee. You're like our regular.
Yeah, I was like,
How do you keep getting through?
Yeah.
I think I gonged
I've
you
been
last
waiting.
time.
I've been waiting.
Well, you're a pro. You're the most professional caller we have, so you're gonna have the best question of the day, right?
Yep.
Go for it. Or get the gong.
How do you
Nope.
how do
Nope.
you get rid of
No, that-
Wait, go
no,
ahead.
no, no, how do you what if I have a friend that's not a very nice friend, but I don't want to like not be around them?
how do you get rid of a friend that you don't
wanna be
like?
around.
It's like an acquaintance that you don't like.
I don't know.
Just distance yourself slowly. And then,
Yeah, I did. Back. I don't want to even like. I don't want to give. I don't want a person like watching this be like, that was me. There were people in my life that I didn't want to be around with, and I would like just dance around the issue, and then that person was still in my life, and I'm like, now I'm miserable, and then they think I'm being a jerk because I'm half there and half not. Banana might disagree. I generally just cut it. Just like, you know what, you and I don't. There's enough people in the world. I don't need to spend time trying to make this work if it doesn't work. I have chopped a number of people out of my life because it just doesn't work. You don't like that. You think I'm mean.
I think that's a little harsh. I think that you can drop hints and then eventually just kind of like slink off.
The more hints you drop, though, the person just starts thinking you're a jerk, which I guess works too. Maybe they don't want to be around you.
Exactly. I mean, you still, put distance between the two of you.
I like the direct approach.
You can always just keep saying you're gonna hang out with them and then just never do.
Yeah, that's
Make
kinda
make
what I
up an
mean.
excuse
Yeah,
last
like-
minute every time,
Yeah.
and then they'll get the picture. Hopefully, if they're a socially aware person, but if they're not, then yeah, you got to be a little more blatant.
Yep.
I like being direct.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you in a couple weeks,
I'll try to call
probably.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
dude.
How does he keep getting through?
I don't know. He's getting good at this. I
We
guess.
have like constant calls, right?
Yeah, we do. Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Hello, you're on. Do you have a question?
Question?
I hear
What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, gong, gong, gong.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna go ahead and say mine is mocha chip.
Mocha, you can. Maggie can answer the questions that I didn't want to.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You have a question?
What do you?
Hmm?
What do I?
You got this, guy. You
What's
got
your
it.
favorite ice cream?
Again, okay, no.
Favorite ice cream?
No, no.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Or he said?
If you ask what your favorite ice cream is, you're gone. Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
Hello.
Keep
Anyone there?
This one's quiet. I don't hear any.
Yeah.
Brooks, what if they say, what should my favorite?
No. No ice cream related questions.
How do I
allowed.
determine my favorite ice cream?
Caller, you on? Are you there?
Hello.
Hey, that's
I
someone's
know
there.
what I did. There we go.
How's it going?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, we
it's
hear you.
Are you there?
Do you have a question?
I like the sound of the background noise.
Yeah. I feel like I want to gong that one.
Gongs all around. Gongs for everybody. There we go.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hi, this is Amanda from Indiana, and my daughter Ellie actually has Stargardt. She
Oh.
is about to be 11 years old, and she would like to ask you a question. Here is Ellie from Indiana with Stargardt.
Amanda, that was an excellent start.
Yeah, that was.
Hi, Ellie.
Do you do other intros for TV shows?
Beside herself. Go ahead, I'll ask questions.
Okay, sorry. So I'm legally blind and I have Stargardt, or like the other thing you call it. I can't say it, but you can. It's like hard to say. So, and I wanted to know, like, how do you deal with everyday tasks when, like, you're fully blind? Because right now I can still see a lot of things.
Ellie, this is a great question.
When I'm older, it'll like affect me.
It's a great question. I admire your mom for calling, and I want her to listen to this as well. And whoever else is in your family going to be paying
Right here,
attention.
Pete. You got both of us.
Okay, so I was diagnosed at the age of 8. Back then, we didn't know the trajectory of it. Jesus, I didn't know the trajectory of it. I speak.
Can you talk?
You know what I'm trying to
Talk
say.
for a living?
Getting emotional.
We got the trajectory.
I didn't know the trajectory of this disease.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. But I knew it was going to get bad. So from a very early age, like learning how to type on a keyboard without looking was something that I started practicing. Making eye contact with people by listening to the sound of their voice, trying to notice if they were off to the side, off to this side, or pointed right at me. I really started taking a lot of note of things in the world that I could associate. I would hear the sound, and then at the time I could still see a little bit. So what does that sound mean to me? And I really did practice. I knew that by the time I got to high school, I wouldn't be able to take open book tests, because man, did that suck. When like they're like, oh, it's an open book test, everybody can I'm like, I can't. So I really started with memory games. I tried very early on to develop a very, very, very vivid memory, very accurate memory, because when you can't visually reference things, it's all got to be in your head. Really just, and if you can decide at a relatively early age what you're, I'm not saying that Ellie has to know what she wants to do for a living when she grows up right now,
Well,
but
she was asking about daily tasks.
I think this is all relative. I think if you, because you have to live your life, and if you want to live your life, you want to have a productive career, you have to start while you've got some vision. I started learning how to run radio mixing boards and editing. I've got a mixing board in front of me right now. I don't know anything that this thing says, but I've been handling mixing boards for a long time, so I know how to run them and how to set them up and how to make them work for me. The Pro Tools system that I use, I learned it when I could see, and so now I can edit on it without being able to see, because I'm very familiar with the layout of what's on the screen.
Hey, let's remember that she's 11.
I was learning this stuff when I was a kid, like a lot of stuff. Go ahead. Am I off
She
topic?
actually got diagnosed as well at 8 years old, and so she is my hero. We talk about it all the time. She's running 5K. She's in theater club. She's got straight A's. I mean, she's a rock star. She's going for it full force, and she owned everything about it. And she, I had a dream about this the other night. I know that sounds really kind of weird, but
No, not to me.
she loves you. She talks about you all the time. She said, Ellie, strive to do the things that he does. Don't let it hold you back. This is a disability. You go forward and you do everything you can until someone tells you you can't. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
just her.
awesome.
And then that
And she wants
person's.
to ask you a second question.
And by the way, if someone tells you you can't, that person's wrong.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. I have a second question.
Yeah.
When I get older and so I probably won't be able to drive a car, how do you convince your friends or family to drive you everywhere? Because my sister does not want to.
I dealt with that. It was really kind of crappy because and trajectory is different. I said it right that time. Your eyesight might not get as bad as fast as mine did. This Stargates is a wildly huge range. But you're right to plan for that. At some point, you won't be able to drive. You might never really get your license. I liked being as independent, and it sounds like you're kind of the same way, as I could. I used to bike or skateboard or walk everywhere I could, but when I needed a ride, you just try and you don't ask for rides from random people. You just get rides from your friends. Brooks and I are friends. We go surfing. He picks me up. It's not a thing.
Yeah, and I think it might be more in you guys' not like in your head, but like maybe you think that people will feel, burdened or something, but I never feel burdened. I don't mind driving at all. I don't think any of Pete's friends mind driving. I mean, your sibling, that's going to be different, because sibling stuff. But people don't mind driving.
I felt that way. I felt like this stinks. It's something that I can't do and everybody else can do, and I have to ask for help, and it's no fun. But honestly, people don't mind helping out. Again, if it's your friends, I mean, I wouldn't ask a random person I know to drive me to Montreal or something. But if you and your friends are going somewhere, they don't mind picking you up. And Mom, I'm going to give Mom one little hint. When she turns 16 or 17 and people are coming to the house, she's not going to be able to see how many people are in the car. So she's not going to know what seat to go to. So if you could be in the window when the car pulls up and say, Ellie, you can get in the passenger seat, or Ellie, go to the back. That was something that I was always nervous to ask my mom. I didn't want to ask her that, but it always stressed me out as I'd be walking out my front door. I'm like, I don't know what seat to go to. I can't see where everybody is. And then I open the wrong door and someone be like, I'm back here. Little stressful moments. It could be relieved just by asking for a little help. You should never be ashamed to ask for that kind of help.
Perfect. Thank you so much. There's so much helpful advice, and she's thrilled.
We're glad you called. Thank you for
Yeah,
calling.
great questions. Thank
Thank you so much.
Have a
Have
good
a
one.
great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Did she say happy birthday?
I don't know.
Caller, you're on. What advice do you seek from Pete? Hello?
No. Hello. Oh,
geez, did we
is that
hang
you,
up on?
Brooks?
No, he hung up.
I want to ask someone how the cue call is.
Caller, you're on. Wait. Okay.
Did you just hang up and someone just?
No. Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello. You have a question?
Can you hear us?
I feel like I should kept the iPad so I could play theme music when people are getting it together.
I know.
I wonder does it show you how long they're waiting in the queue before they get to us?
No.
Caller, how long did you wait before you became live?
What's going on, dude?
I don't know. Are you hanging up on people?
No, I'm answering.
Oh.
Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete? Hello?
Hello there.
Hello?
Nobody on that one.
Have we accidentally pressed mute?
Caller, what life advice do you seek from Pete?
I hear.
Oh shit, it's finally me.
Hey,
Okay.
starting with a swear.
Watch your language, boy.
Potty mouth.
Hey, sorry, I'm sorry. Hey, don't hang up on me.
Don't hang up on me.
How do you, I guess, react to people who don't actually think that you're blind? 'Cause I know there's people out there who think you're faking it.
That's Brooks hasn't gonged you, so I will answer that.
Answer this one?
Poorly.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't like it.
I don't like it. I mean, no one's gonna be psyched if someone's calling you a liar. Like, hey, thanks, appreciate it.
Caller, you're on. Well, caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you're here.
Oh,
How's it going? What's your
Sorry,
name?
I had the stream going.
that's cool. I appreciate your watching. What's your name?
So, I am Rusty from Minnesota.
Rusty,
Nice.
great name.
That's a great name.
So I would like to know what your routine is for a good vocal warm up, because I want to be an inspiring voice actor.
My routine is ridiculous. I'll give you the Maggie doesn't like my backstories, but I had to start doing vocal warm-ups because I went from doing a couple sessions a day, maybe 5, 6, 7 reads a day, to doing like 50, 60, 70. And after a short period of time, my voice was dying. And I mean, at 2 o'clock, I couldn't do anything. And then it went back to noon. And then at 10 a.m., I'd work from 6 to 10 and be like, I can't do anymore. So I teamed up with a singing coach the singing coaches have the best advice for maintaining your voice because they're putting the most strain on their voices. Darlene Goldenhoven is her name. She's up in LA, and she gave me a singing routine that starts at my optimum pitch. I don't need any lower. I don't need any to get any deeper. And my optimum pitch then works up a series of octaves. I think I go up 6 octaves every morning to stretch my vocal cords, strengthen them, and make sure that I can keep reading for 12 hours a day as opposed to 2. I would seek out a singing coach and find a vocal warm-up routine and do it before you do too much damage to your voice.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Rusty.
Good question.
Appreciate the call from up there in Viking country, Minnesota.
Yeah. Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete? Hello?
I wonder if we need to give them like a second, like if they're
maybe
coming back from the stream or something.
I can hear him now.
Hey, who's this?
So, I just wanted to see how you
How do you?
blind. I just like, is it kind of difficult?
We can't understand you, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
That sounded a little bit like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
They put us on hold. You can't put me on hold.
Right, that's not cool.
I'm gonna play noises at you.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
You got a question?
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Andrew, go ahead.
What inspired you to create your channel?
Brooks?
You're done.
All right, we're like at the halfway point. We'd like to reiterate that you will
This is
get
an
hung
advice.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an advice line. Only ask questions about your own
I
life.
could answer that. Like every idiot, I thought I could do a YouTube channel. Go ahead. Who's this? I heard somebody.
Hello.
I heard somebody, and then they got scared. Then they ran away.
You're out. Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek?
Hi, I'm Sam from California.
Sam?
Hello?
How you doing?
Sam, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. What's your question?
So I am an aspiring actor, and I want to get into voice acting at some point. I was wondering if you had any advice on how to do auditions.
For voice auditions or acting auditions? Acting, I could not help you that much with. For voice auditions,
Specifically voice.
it might be translatable. I can actually give you the most helpful piece of advice I've gotten. And I have to pause for 1 second. I felt like the camera. It's just occurred to me: is the camera dead ahead or is it off to the side?
It's framed fine.
No, but where am I? I feel like I've been looking the wrong way the whole
You're
time.
in the center. You're
Okay,
straight center.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
It's very important when you're doing acting auditions that you look at the camera. But so the thing that I was super concerned with when I was very first doing auditions was the tone and quality of my voice. Like, how deep could I make it sound? Like, in theaters this Friday. Like, I just wanted it to rumble and sound great. And I was also doing something where I was trying to sound like all the popular people out there. I wanted to sound like Scott Rummel, wanted to sound like Bill Ratner. The one thing I learned from both of those mistakes is that people want personality. They don't care how cool your voice sounds if you have no personality. My trailer agent now, he told me, he's like, when I first got your demo, you were very robotic. You were perfect. He's like, your reads were perfect. Everything was, in a world, one man, everything was a perfect intonation, but there was no personality to it. The reason that you will become popular in voice acting or on YouTube or anything that has to do with entertainment is because of your personality. So take the vocal training take the classes, learn voice and articulation so you don't sound, way off what they're expecting, but mostly focus on your personality and being comfortable expressing your personality. Brooks, you actually paid me a huge compliment. I'm on a bunch of CBS and Paramount Plus spots right now for UEFA Champions League soccer, and you told me that you can tell my voice right away because there's more personality behind it.
Yeah, it's warm, it's inviting, it sounds personal. It just doesn't sound like every other, big voice actor out there.
Yeah, I happen to have a deep voice, but I put a lot of myself into it. So I think that's the most important thing I could tell anybody is just personality, and don't be afraid to show it. Even if it's quirky, they'll hire you for the quirkiness.
You still there?
Awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the question.
So you're welcome, like I gave the advice.
Good job. Good job, Anita. That took me years to learn, by the way.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek?
Slow to learn that.
Hello?
Hello.
Anyone there?
I just kept
Hello?
I'm like, my voice needs to sound cooler. I need to make it deeper. I need to do this.
I know, listening to your voice, your reads and Braintree was.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
It took a while. I'm what you call
Hello?
a slow
Is my
learner.
mic working?
Hey,
Yeah, you're on, man.
Who's this?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
Oh my gosh, finally I'm on. It's been like a year.
Were you? Let me ask. How long were you in the queue for? I know it wasn't a year. You big exaggerator, you.
Yeah, it's been 30 minutes.
No
2 minutes,
way.
40 seconds.
Well, the queue's working. All right. Thank you for hanging in that long.
I'm a very dedicated man.
I appreciate that. I'll reward you with an awesome question an awesome answer to your awesome question. What is it?
So, minor issue, right? So I go to school, right? And there's a chair that's broken, right? So I'm like, okay, I got a genius idea. I'm going to bring a multi-tool that I recently brought to school to fix that chair. It falls at my pocket, and the teacher thinks it's a knife. And now I'm suspended for 10 days and deemed a threat to the school. And now I can't do anything. I can't go to clubs. I've been kicked out of all my sports.
Was there a
All
knife?
bullshit.
Was there a
Yeah, it
knife
was-
in the multi-tool?
No.
Really?
Dang.
What?
Can you appeal it? Like bring in the tool and be
Yeah. They never responded. So, I think I'm just a little effed.
Oh,
It
man.
kind of sucks.
That's
brutal.
That's rough. That's I think in general maybe ask the janitor to fix it next time. But I do.
But I like that you're trying to take it into your own hands.
I like the
Handyman.
initiative.
Yeah.
That's I mean, if they're not taking your appeals, I don't know. I gotta mute him for a second. I'm putting him because I don't know. I don't want to give him advice and then find out that there's more to the story that I didn't know. And like, Blind Surfer was supporting the guy that brought something to. I don't know. That's a tough one. From his side of the story, that blows.
Yeah.
But if there's more to the story that I don't know, I don't know. You know what I mean, Banana?
Tell him you brought it for shop class.
Yeah, or next. I mean, you can't go back, but I mean, next time you're going to bring a tool in, maybe tell them ahead of time what your intention is with the tool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that for me?
I'd like to think that if there were innocent intentions and if maybe your parents could vouch for you and if it was just a total misunderstanding that someone at some point would be able to reverse that for you. I don't know the whole story, but that is a crappy way to get in trouble. Dude trying to do good.
Yeah. All right, I got to go to the bathroom. So.
All right, dude. Thanks for the question.
What do you say? To go
You need to go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the story. I just don't know how to give advice to that one.
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek?
Hello?
Hello,
you're on.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hey.
What's your name?
Got a question.
Hey now.
I'm Dylan, and I'm from Idaho.
Cool.
Nice.
Hello in Idaho.
Yeah, my question was, so when you're eating like on a plate, like if you're eating like a meal, how would you know? Like,
I was waiting. I was going to be hypothetically about himself.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on. With life
I
advice
sensed
do
the
you seek
gong
from
coming and
Pete?
pulled him down. Hey, who's this?
Hey,
Hello.
I got a question about how do you handle bullies?
Good question.
The bullies question is actually, that one has been answered. And if you go to my channel, not the video that's on right now, but the one right before that is how I dealt with bully. Do you want to go through it again?
Basically, your answer is just
Stand up for yourself.
I stood up for myself. I didn't let it happen. Whatever they wanted to throw at me, I threw it back. Different time, different place, different situation. But I basically refused to be bullied, and I was not a big kid. but if there was someone that they thought that would be easy to bully, I made sure that that was not me.
Well, that's kind of like blaming the victim.
No.
Thanks for the question.
Is that victim blaming?
No, I don't think so.
No,
Caller, you're on. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hi, my name is May, and I'm from Arizona.
Hey, May.
My question is kind of regarding getting into the content creation space as someone who has a disability. Mine is regarding the neurodivergent spectrum, and so I know it's a lot different than the physical disability, but I just kind of like was wondering, how do you like navigate going about content creation and that sort of thing?
YouTube has a whole bunch of. I'm a member of the Shorts community, and they have a bunch of communities. There's like hashtag Black, hashtag LGBTQ, hashtag all sorts of different subsets. And I've asked them to do a hashtag disability, and no one has written back to me. Not
Surprising,
to say,
actually.
Yeah,
it really is.
Not to say that they're against it in any way. I mean, a lot of channels with people of different abilities are thriving on YouTube, and maybe it's our fault. Maybe enough people in the community haven't sent that. Maybe I'm the only one. I was like, hey, we should do this, and like, you're the only one, dude. So to say, I'm only saying that because there isn't a community established on YouTube for that right now. But I will give the same advice that I gave to the person that was asking about auditioning for voice acting and acting: is the more open and honest you can be about your situation, your disability, your life, yourself, the better. I actually started this channel thinking I was going to do Jamie O'Brien's surfing channel, but as a blind guy. And I thought that would be enough. I'm like, that's different enough. I'm a blind guy surfing. But most people didn't understand blindness, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, how do these people not get it? But the more open I became, sharing my struggles, my actual life, showing people how I do things. Like the way I do toothpaste is, I can't put it on the toothbrush, I'm going to miss. So I like literally just squirt it into my mouth. But I don't even think about it. That's just what I've been doing. It didn't even occur to me that wasn't what everybody did. Just, I don't know. And so once I started realizing all these little things that I do differently, people found it fascinating. Then they started asking questions. Then they started getting more interested. And that's how you get your content to be consumed, is make it interesting, make comments be generated. And you do that by being honest, open, and sharing as much of yourself as you're comfortable with.
Interesting. So you're saying like just sharing about your life kind of helps you find those differences and things that people might find interesting.
Yeah,
as far as like your life goes.
Yeah, I mean, reality TV is popular for a reason. People are just fascinated with other people's lives, and especially if your life is different.
Yeah. I mean, people love to even just people watch, right? Like people love zoning into other people.
So be you. Be you. Don't be afraid. Be out there. And, again, whatever you're comfortable with. We have a lot of our lives out there, which you've been a good sport, Banana.
Aren't I?
Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you ever know that you'd be so, out there, random guy on the internet talking about...
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
I think after 10 seconds, we don't hear anything.
I think...
I hear something.
Yeah, because I think what they're doing is coming...
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello.
You're in.
Who is...
Hello. I'm calling in from Georgia, and I'm wondering, what do I do if I take a massive dump in my friend?
I like where you're going with that, but not appropriate for this show.
I don't know. That time I got to the gong before I got to the fader before you got to the gong.
Caller, you're live.
I wonder how long.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, right away on that one.
Hi. So I'm calling from Texas. My name is Hope. I'm really into geocaching, and I was wondering, what could I do to create a geocache that is accessible to people who are blind or have limited vision?
Brooks, explain geocaching to me.
I don't even know what that
Okay,
is.
so-
I've heard the word, but
Geocaching, it's this scavenger hunt game where
that's kinda cool.
people hide containers all over the world, every country except for North Korea, and you go out and you find it,
and
So
I've heard of that.
Pokemon
then
Yeah, I was gonna-
Pokemon
sounds like the
Go
Pokemon thing.
has a game like that, correct?
kinda.
Okay, so the first thing you can do is make your damn app accessible. So I tried downloading the
Right.
Pokemon Go app because Nisha actually suggested, she's like, you should try it. And the first screen was not accessible at all. I actually think that would be super fun for blind and visually impaired people if you incorporated text to speech to it, and like, there's an item, 1 mile north of here, and it could give
Right.
you the visual cues, and maybe it could be like an old school sonar. They'd be like boop, 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 boop,
Yeah,
boop,
that'd
boop,
be
as you're
sweet.
getting closer. Audio cue, that is something that blind people, I think, would really enjoy. But the apps and the games that are out there right now, I haven't come across one, because after the Pokemon fail, I was like, is there anything that does work? And I couldn't find it. If you could do one that was and that might be, what would be cool is if people could play these games by just having their earbud in and not walking around the damn streets staring at their phones and walking into me and my cane. If you had it that could just function through the earpiece, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have any control over what they put on the app. I'm talking like more as just a person who's hiding the cache.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
bigger amounts might motivate me.
Don't put it near major roads.
Yeah, don't put it
Yeah,
near
I was
major
gonna say-
roads.
Right.
Not in the ocean.
I think
Not
if
near a
that,
cliff.
if that is a space, like, I know it seems like a big task and a big ask, because I know you if you're not writing the code, but if there is someone up your chain that you could write that to. I've written to a couple of platforms. I've actually contacted TikTok and people at YouTube, and just kind of shot up, like, can you make this more accessible? If it's something you're interested in, it
I
couldn't
could
hurt.
definitely email some people.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to shoot out a note. As to more specifically, I tangent a lot. I apologize. To your specific question, like Brooke said, I guess don't put it in dangerous spots.
Right.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, that's good information to.
Yeah.
Glad you
start
got
with.
through. Thank you, Hope.
Thanks for the question.
I didn't know a lot about that.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
had
even
heard of
know
it
that
before, but
I didn't know that
I've heard of
Pokemon
it.
was called that.
yeah.
Well, they're not exactly the same, but the same.
Paula, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Paul. I was just wondering, how do you stay motivated if you don't really feel like doing something?
I just know that I don't do good as a sedentary person. When I don't have a project or something to work on, I mean, I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. You can end up focusing on. No, I'm not gonna say you can. I'll take it. I'll own it. I can end up getting depressed about the fact that I've lost my eyesight. It's not a small part of my life. And when I'm not doing something, when I'm not working on a task or keeping busy or keeping happy or, going out with Banana or surfing with Brooks, it's hard to not think about it, especially because it's something that I didn't used to be blind and now I am, and that can get in your head. So for me, motivation is it's an everyday thing. I have to keep myself on track all the time, moving forward. I set goals in increments. I set week-long goals, year-long goals, 10-year-long goals, and I keep my eye on those all the time, because I just find that my life runs a lot better when I'm on the track of following a goal, as opposed to falling off that track and wallowing in misery and depression.
I will agree with you there, and I can say personally for myself, when I get bored, that's when I get depressed, demotivated. I'm like Peter, I like to fill my entire day with tasks, getting things done, working on things, and I'm not blind. So I think just having things to do, having something you're working towards to get your life to where you want it to be, to me, that's what's motivating. Is just, working towards creating something and living the way you want to.
And then you start feeling that sense of accomplishment as you reach your little mini goals, and then the motivation is a little easier to maintain, because you're getting that positive feedback. Like, I achieved something this week, and it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to start a big YouTube channel or become a voice actor. You can just decide that you want to dress better or something. Like, just something. I'm going to do this week for myself.
I will also add that there's not many, if any, benefits of being blind, but Pete can't waste his day on a screen scrolling, right?
Good point.
So a lot of us will lose motivation because we are entertained as we're sitting there, but are we really? But so you could always set limits to screen time and stuff like that.
But don't limit blind surfer screen time.
Yeah, not that.
Every moment of your day should be watching a blind surfer
You
long.
really would be surprised if
I
you're
think
not.
One time I spent like 2 hours watching your videos one time.
Well,
That's
that's
fine.
okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Is there something? Let me ask.
Yeah.
We don't usually. Brooks is usually gone with you by this point. But can I ask? Is there a specific? Are you just struggling with motivation in general, or is there something you're trying to motivate to do and you just can't bring yourself to do it yet?
Kind of like trying to do things in my life, like homework or just getting up in the morning. It's kind of gotten harder than it was last year because there's just been some things that happened. But yeah, I don't know. I just lost motivation all of a sudden. I don't really know why, but I kind of just want to try to get it back.
I think just looking towards the homework and I remember homework sucked. I didn't want to do homework, but I would reward myself after the homework. Like I would go out. I knew that once I did my homework, I could go play basketball with my friends when I could still see. I'm always thinking past the crappy chore towards what the goal is going to accomplish for me. You know, waking up in the morning, no one likes waking up in the morning, but I wake up every morning with, you know, what voiceover opportunities am I going to get? How's this video going to do today? So I wake up with a lot of positive anticipation. So while you're in the moment of the depression and the lack of motivation, think past that to what good things could come if I get past this part.
So something that I used to do when I was a teenager and I was kind of depressed and I very definitely did not want to get out of bed in the mornings. Somebody gave me the piece of advice because I was really into music to set my my alarm to a song that would really motivate me. So rather than just have like whatever. At the time, I had like a cool stereo system that played multiple CDs, but I would wake up to Metallica. And
That's motivating right
Right?
there.
Yeah.
Actually,
Waking up-
just listen to Metallica, and that's the only motivation that you need.
Yep.
Waking up to Metallica is pretty metal, but
Or like even just or like just a song that puts a smile on your face, you know?
Music can have a very profound impact on your mood. So find what motivates you in that regard too.
hope that
Thank you
helps.
for all the advice.
I hope the days get a little easier for you.
Yeah.
There's good stuff in the future. You just got to get to it.
Exactly.
Thanks for the good question, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
I do hope. I do hope that's helpful advice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek?
Hello?
Hello.
You're on, bud.
Who's this?
Hello?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
you.
hello. If you say hello again, I'm hanging up.
So my question was, how do you? Am I still on?
You're
Yeah.
here. We got to how do
We're
you?
we're being extra. We're being
The mallet is raising.
How do you?
How do you like find the courage to like
He's getting there.
do new things, try them out
Good question.
that you haven't done before?
I have been doing that. Two levels of courage. Within myself, I've been trying a lot of different things ever since I started this channel, and also by surrounding myself with people. I feel like you guys are always like, oh my God, he's so courageous. He tries this, he tries that, he does this, he does that. But you notice that I don't go running out the back door and do this stuff by myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Make sure
surrounded.
somebody's filming it.
Yeah, it's all gotta be on camera. No, I surround myself with people that I trust implicitly. If you're trying something new and you have the support of someone that's either good at it or has done it or has some experience with it, or even if they don't and they're just supportive of your trying it, I'm a huge proponent of surrounding yourself with good, trustworthy, supportive people. And I feel like I derive all of my courage. Josh, very early on, was just his belief in me made me believe in myself, and you too. You're always like, you can definitely do this. You got this. And when I paddle out with Brooks, you don't treat me like a different person. You treat me like a good surfer, and I feel like I surf better because you're giving me that confidence. I derive my courage from the people around me, I think. So you gotta just find good friends, good supportive people in your life.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for the
Hopefully
question.
that helps.
Good question.
Or you could be the free solo guy and just do it all by yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna say some people really do like learning by themselves, but
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek?
Hello?
Whoa,
Hello.
Hello.
That's why I keep my finger on the
Howdy.
levels.
Howdy. You got a question?
Yeah. I was wondering, when did you actually figure out you were blind?
Ah.
sorry, that was not a life advice question.
Not a life advice question. Probably one that's been on the channel before as well.
Caller, you're live.
Who's this? Oh, Banana, I can hear you.
Hey, you're echoing.
Hello?
Yeah.
Turn the stream off.
Who's this?
It is William from Illinois.
Hey, William, what you got for us?
I was wondering if you had any life advice for me, just in general, about school and everything.
School and everything. I'm pulling him down because we've got
pretty
the
broad, but
we
Yeah.
got the
Like,
stream
like,
going
can
in the
you
background.
specify a little bit about the school part? Like,
Are you in school? Do you want to go to school?
Mainly about how you went through it and how it impacted you.
This is about you.
yeah, is it about you?
What are you struggling with?
Mainly just mental health issues and grades, mainly.
We don't want to hang up, Brooks, on the guy struggling with mental health.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to.
I'm just pulling it down because we're hearing ourselves in the background. Let me ask, are you in high school? Are you in college? Where are you right now?
I'm in high school.
Okay. You're in high school, you're struggling with your grades and some mental health issues. I feel like my answer to everything is friends. My answer is always friends. Just a good group of supportive people that understand what you're going through.
You really only need like one good friend. You
Well,
know what I
that
mean?
too.
Like if you can find somebody who has similar interests.
My best friend in high school was a guy named Jay, and he like Brooks and you just never looked at me as I was just another person. I was losing my eyesight, but that was never a thing. So I had good support. I think a lot of people. I don't know if I want to generalize it this way, but I bet you mental health issues are exacerbated by people that do not have a good support system. I can't imagine that not being true. I think a good support system helps everybody. And if it's that you can't talk to your parents about this stuff, then you need to find another family member that you can. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to someone in your family about it, then you need to find a good friend that's willing to listen because you need to talk about that stuff.
It can be anybody. Like you just really need to be able to have a supportive person in your life. It doesn't even need to be at school. So a grandparent, brother, sister, anybody. Because you'll find that most people struggle with mental health stuff.
And I enjoyed going to school. Like I think I don't know, maybe I'm a big nerd or something, but I had a lot of friends. And I was in a lot of clubs. Do you play any sports? Are you in any clubs? Do you have any passions outside of just being forced to go to school every day?
I mainly just game, and I mainly Twitch stream, but that's really not going as well as I thought it would be.
It's tough to make it in that these days.
It is.
What game do you play?
A lot, actually.
Like League of Legends, Fortnite. What are we talking?
Fortnite, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege. Basically any first-person shooter game.
So what I would say is that if you like streaming and you like video games, like get into like video editing, like learn a skill that's like around that kind of industry, and learn to get really good at it, because you want to start, what I would say in high school is you want to start working on skills that will carry over into the rest of your life, especially now. I do marketing. When I was in high school, I was doing video editing. I was starting to do graphics. I was starting to just do computer stuff, right? And now that's what I do for my job. So even if you're just a gamer, I'm a gamer too. I was a huge gamer in high school. But if you like doing video stuff, start looking into Adobe Premiere, start looking into After Effects, Photoshop. Just learn as much as you can about media, and teach yourself to be really good at it. And you'll probably enjoy it, and you might be able to get a job in it. And that'll actually make you feel more confident in yourself that you have a skill that is like valuable. You know what I mean?
That's really good advice.
And creating is fun.
Yeah, creating is fun. You can make sick YouTube content, just do game reviews, whatever. Just learn a skill that's related to it, and you'll be glad you did when you're 30.
Good luck.
I actually have a YouTube channel, and it's kind of going iffy, but
I've been there.
It takes a lot of time.
I had iffy for a long time.
Don't get discouraged.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crapshoot. You'll get picked up or you won't. It's nothing personal, and you can't get depressed about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the YouTube doesn't care about you, or the algorithm doesn't care about you. It doesn't necessarily like me more than it likes you. It just it just is what it is.
Well, thank you for the question, man. Good luck, and just learn something. Thanks.
Nice night.
You too.
I feel like, bro, you found a kindred spirit in that one, bro.
I did. I could relate to that guy.
Gamer. I game.
Caller, you're on.
Oh,
sorry.
Back up.
Sorry.
Hey there,
I need my
Pete.
ears to keep working.
Jim
Yeah,
calling
sorry.
in from Florida.
What's the name from Florida?
Jim.
Jim, sorry we talked over you, Jim.
Yeah. Thank you for calling, Jim. What you got going on?
Hey, I'm just struggling to find a good work-life balance because I run a small beef jerky company on the side, and I was wondering if you had any tips about that.
Is it just beef jerky, or do you sell gator jerky as well?
No gators, unfortunately. The
Somebody
tags are
sent
too
me
expensive.
somebody sent me gator jerky for one of my blind guy unboxings, and that was some tough stuff. Work-life balance. So I had a terrible work-life balance. I was working all the time.
He still struggles with work-life balance.
And then I started a YouTube channel and forced her to be a part of it with me so I can work and have my life with it.
Yeah,
as
so he
well.
can pretend he's not working.
Got it. So I need to add something else.
Right, make your significant other do the jerky with you. No, it's you I have to be better. I feel like I try to be better, especially when you've got a goal. Like you want to have you don't want to have an average beef jerky company. You definitely don't want to have a below average beef jerky company. You want to be the best jerker out there.
And yeah, there are times in your life where you really do need to throw yourself into your work until you get established. So
yeah, but then there's certain points when you're like, you know what? I don't necessarily need to, for me, I don't need to send out 7 more demos today. Maybe I'll take a walk on the beach or a walk with the dogs, or I'll just go sit with Banana and talk to her. At a certain point, you can get myopically focused on the end goal of your business or whatever your task at hand is. And you do have to step back from that every once in a while, because if I became the most successful voice actor with the biggest YouTube channel and all of my books went to #1, but I didn't have a banana, what the hell was I doing? There wasn't really, I don't want to do all that alone. There's no point to it. I want to share my life with someone. So you got to make sure that the person feels that they are at least somewhere up there in terms of the priority of your life. Banana?
Well, thank you, Pete. It's given me quite a lot to think about. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for the
thank you
call.
for calling.
Sir, thank you.
That's an important question. I feel like I get a lot of important questions.
Yeah, really good ones today. Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Okay, can you guys hear me all right?
We got you.
Perfect, yeah.
I spent enough money
Okay.
this week to make this system.
I'm just gonna go. Do you guys mind if I go by my online name? Is that okay?
That is fine. Is it Zen Moon Master?
So I'm Vader Gamer X05, and I had a question for Pete. So a lot of people have a lot of doubt in me. I have always been good at what I do, but I am severely blind, or I'm partially blind. How do you get through with all those people doubting you? It always bothers me. How do you get through that?
I live on the doubt. I spoke to.
He likes to prove people wrong.
Oh yeah, they always NFL. You hear this a lot with the best players in the NFL. Tom Brady, he wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the fastest, and he wasn't really that great when he was in college. And he got drafted 199th overall, and then he became the greatest of all time. And they say that he achieved that by having a huge chip on his shoulder. And literally every time someone tells me I can't do something, that's the next thing I become great at, because I'm really, really trying to prove them wrong. I take that as motivation. I spoke to a mom. She's a voice actor, and she has a kid with a similar problem to me. And after I got done talking to her, she said, she's like, so is the chip kind of like a superpower? Are you like super powered by that chip? And I'm like, maybe. I feel like all the doubt just gives me so much motivation to go out there. You sound like a confident person.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound confident,
Yeah,
so I
Yeah.
would stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
you know you can do it.
Yeah. Also, while you and I have the time, how did you get over going blind? Because I am supposedly at risk. They don't know yet, but I'm supposedly at risk. How do you get over that fear? Because that's something I dread every day.
Oh, getting over the
I don't know
fear.
if you get
It's
over it.
I don't know. I don't think I'm afraid anymore. This is this is an interesting topic. When this might be mildly heavy. When people get, if someone's dying, and you're looking at the person that's dying, you're like, how do you deal with that? How do you, I couldn't even deal with it. But they do. You deal with it. And then, people ask me, how do I get through every day knowing that, a few years ago I could see and now I can't. You just do. Once you reach, the fear is worse than the reality. I feel like if you told me, if I was 8 years old and laying in my bed and the doctors had told me that I would see like this at this age, I'd probably have a massive panic attack and wouldn't know how to handle it. But it happens slowly. And when you get there, People are amazing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you don't know what you're capable of until you have to be capable of something, and more often than not, you're usually pretty surprised with yourself.
Yeah, you just will. I don't know. It's nothing that you're going to have to do. I mean, you can prepare yourself, but don't work yourself up in the fear because you don't know what it's going to be like when you get there. Like, again, if you told me my eyesight was going to be like this 20 years ago, I'd be panicked. But I'm not panicked. I'm okay. I'm okay, and you'll be okay.
I got you. Yeah, I really appreciate the advice, and thank you for your time.
Sure. Thanks for the call.
Absolutely.
Great question. Thank you.
Brooks hasn't had to like gong a lot today.
Yeah, people are being great today.
What's wrong with that last group?
Well, I wonder if my little preamble. Caller, you are on the
You're
air.
live.
Did you like my preamble that you heard when you called? No.
They were not.
Hello.
I hear you.
Are you there?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello. You have a question?
Yes.
Go for
So
it.
a blind kid recently moved into my neighborhood. How could I show them respect?
Good question.
I think well, you.
No,
the
yeah, I
question's
know
for
where you're
you.
going. I know what you're going to say. So go ahead. How would
Just
you?
treat them like any other kid who moved into the neighborhood. But so depending on how blind they are, you could also let them know, like, hey, if you need help with anything, don't be afraid to ask for help. But aside from just the helping with visual cues, then just completely treat them normal.
I feel like I get a lot of comments from people who say they're like, I have a blind friend or I had a blind friend back in elementary school, and the experiences they share with me about doing things with that blind friend or something that stuck with them and that they enjoyed. Because it's a different experience. You know, you're going to have a lot of friends that can see, and seeing people are boring. So, you know, go hang out with the blind kid. You'll experience something a little different. You sighted people
All
are
right.
boring.
Yeah.
Just you know, they're going to be.
But they don't want to be treated. That's sort of a fine line, right? Because they don't want to be treated differently than any other kid. And a lot of times people don't like to ask for help. So maybe there's ways you could subtly give them.
Here you go. I got one for you.
Okay.
Find out what that boy or girl likes, and if it is a common shared interest or something that you feel like you could engage with them in. I think this is really nice of you, by the way, that you want to make friends or be friendly with the blind kid in the neighborhood. I mean, first of all, moving to a new neighborhood is hard as it is. Making new friends is hard, and making new friends in a new neighborhood when you're blind is really, really hard. So maybe just, you know, knock on the door and see what they're into. Maybe they like music that you haven't heard of yet, and they could introduce you to something. Maybe there's, you know, something that you two could have in common. Give it a try. I think you'll enjoy the experience.
All right, sounds cool.
Great
Thanks for
question.
calling.
Thank you.
What a sweet person.
That was great.
Yeah, really
Like,
nice.
there's a blind kid in my neighborhood. I want to be friends. Like, oh,
Guys,
wow.
you guys are doing really good today. I'm very pleased with everyone's performance.
And when Brooks is happy, we're all happy.
We're happy. Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
So hi, I'm Michigan, and I have very, very bad social anxiety.
Well, I appreciate your calling.
Yeah, we missed your name actually, though. What was your name?
Mac.
Mac.
Mac or Max? Okay, well, and so is the question how to get over the social anxiety?
Yeah, because I really, really hate talking to people. I can make friends if I want, but most of the time I don't want to because I hate talking to people.
Oh.
I love that the social anxiety person is the one who calls up the channel in front of all these people. That is very brave.
Do you feel like you have like physiological, like do you get like shaky or like short of breath when you have to talk to people, or are you kind of like just disinterested?
No, I'm just kind of like the quiet kid in the corner, you know.
There's nothing wrong
Just
with
like
that.
doing my own thing.
But are you comfortable being the quiet kid, or do you wish you could be part of the group of people that was the other group that's hanging out? Do you wish you were part of the group, or you prefer being by yourself?
Well, I like being like the quiet kid in the corner, but I do wish I could make friends.
And what grade are you in right now?
6.
6th grade. You're going to end up going to a new school, and there's going to be more people in that school because I'm assuming there's a difference between 6th and high school, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do we know now?
But I think by the time you get, I mean, maybe, and this happens, and I've seen this throughout my life. There's just the friend group is too small, and you haven't found your group of friends yet. I think that's that's okay in elementary school. You're doing your thing. I mean,
Well, he's in middle school, right?
6, 7, 8 is middle school.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
in middle
there's
school, right?
Yeah, middle school.
I'll tell you my
In
experience
my
really
state,
quick.
it's middle school.
I was also a very socially awkward, very quiet kid in 6th grade. I didn't play sports, didn't have a ton of friends, and Pete is right. Whenever you step into bigger environments like high school or even college, people are way less judgmental, and there's way more people, and so you'll meet more people that are like you. You're probably just in too small of an environment right now. So whatever your interests are, I don't know what they are, but you'll probably find someone that also has that interest in a bigger environment with more people. And people are less judgmental, especially in college, and even in high school, I'd say. So don't worry too much about it, obviously. But
yeah,
but still,
don't let it.
A lot of people find their way, like they think that they're a certain way until college, and then you're right. Like it's just a much more diverse group of people, and you'll end up finding people who like the same stuff as you, and then it becomes easier.
And I'm not saying you have to wait until you get to a bigger
No, you don't,
pool of
yeah.
friends. No, be comfortable with yourself. If there's someone in your school that you feel like you and that person have something in common, maybe you'd enjoy having a conversation with them, or sit with them at the lunch table, or hang out with them after school. So I'm not saying wait, but I can almost guarantee you, like Brooke said, when the pool gets bigger, you'll find your group. You will.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I don't think he
I
believed
don't
you,
think
but
you sound-
I know.
It's tough when you're in it. Like when you're in it, and
My
it's,
advice for so many different questions is to find join something. Join. I mean, if you're not into sports, I don't know, chess.
and it's tough too. I was asking, do you enjoy being the kid in the corner? Because some people are like, other people
Well,
are stupid.
it sounds like he does because that's his comfort.
I guess, yeah. That was great. That was the first one. Was like, I don't buy your stupid advice, but he doesn't buy it because he's not there yet. But it always gets
Yeah.
better. It's when your parents told you, "Oh, it'll get better," and you're like, "No, it
Is there
won't."
anything more difficult than junior high? That is the absolute hardest time. So
middle school's the worst.
It's,
I hate to tell you that.
it's gonna get better. It 100% will get better.
And your first breakup, this is the worst ever, and your parents like, "No, it's fine. You'll be fine."
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't believe them until you get older. You got any more coming in, Brooks? Or are we wrapping up?
Oh, let me. Sorry. Thanks for that call.
Thank you.
Oop, you're on.
Who's this?
Hello.
Hear you.
1, 2, 3, bam.
Hear me.
I think poor Skylar might need to go out.
Skylar needs to go outside. Why doesn't Skylar come in here and hang out? I hear her little collar clicky clicky.
Caller, you're live. What questions do you have for Pete?
Hey man, my name is Hunter Thomas Mitherman from Las Vegas, Nevada.
What up, Hunter?
Basically, I'm in high school, right? And I've got some tests coming up at the end of the year, but I've always been really nervous about them because they always take forever, and I always score pretty low on them despite me getting good grades throughout the rest of the year. So I'm just asking, do you have any advice for me getting those done in the future?
Some people are bad test takers, and some people are good. This thing over here is an amazing test taker. You passed your real estate exam with you didn't even know it was going to happen.
I did not have the day correct, and I crammed the night before, and I did kill it. But basically, you can, if there's a resource room, can you ask for extra time? Because a lot of times they'll give that to you.
Yeah, I'm sure I could ask for extra time. Also, can I just say real quick, I've been on hold for almost 60 minutes now. So everybody who is in chat trying to get in, just know if it says that the number is unavailable, you just have to keep on calling.
You waited for an
over and over
hour?
again.
So Zoom. The people from Zoom hooked me up with this number this week, and what we did is they gave me a maximum of 60 people could be on at once, and they told me you're not gonna have more than 60. It's just not gonna happen. I was like, I don't know. It's a pretty popular channel, but they did. We did a queue of 60. Yeah. So if you're calling and you're getting exactly what Hunter just said, it just means that there's 60 people ahead of you right now. Maybe we should. How long have we been on, Brooks?
I think we should go to 5:30. We have 10 more minutes. 5:30.
All right, that means, according to Hunter, there's 60 people waiting there right now. Can we rapid fire? And this is my fault because I talk a lot, but it's that many people that have been.
People are just gonna have to call next time. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But yeah, thanks for the question / whatever.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure. Test taking is I feel like it's a born skill or something, but I'm sure these.
Yeah, but he might be nervous. He said he's slow, so he might.
Caller, you're on. What questions do you have for Pete? You're echoing, bud.
They're just playing us back to us. I mean, we are pretty awesome, so
Yeah.
why not?
What's your question?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Do you have any advice for like getting a good script for a monologue for auditioning for things?
I would be pretending. I feel bad you waited. I know about this, but only second and third hand. Other than to tell you, you should find something. This is what I keep saying about auditioning. Find something that you are passionate about. Don't find the script that you think that the directors are going to want to hear you read. Find the one that you want to read because you're going to give your best performance with something that you're most interested in. I think is the best advice I could give you on that front.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you. And I'll try and keep these short so we can try and get through a few in the last 10 minutes.
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek?
You can smack me if I'm getting wordy, Banana.
I'll start pinching you.
Pinching me? I hate pinching.
Hello, is anyone there?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
You're there.
What's your question?
That was my fault.
Hey, my name's Raymond from Iowa.
Hey, Raymond.
Hey, so I run a D&D game with a few people online, and I try to use theater of the mind instead of using like online programs.
Okay.
That way I can improve my speaking.
Okay.
So what can I do to help improve describing items or scenery that people can't see?
Whoa, cool question.
That's an interesting question. There's a oh, what the hell is the name of the video? I did a video where I was talking about how much information I want to get. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes I don't need to know everything. But I like what is pertinent to. I feel like you should answer this one, Ben. How do you describe the world? Like, what do you choose when you want to describe the world to me?
I personally, I just pick out the key things that seem the most like pertinent or the best. I don't really know. I mean, don't over explain things because then I think that you can just kind of get overwhelmed with the description. So like if I see a person on the sidewalk or something, I'm not going to tell Pete or outfit from top to bottom.
Yeah.
I'll just say whatever the thing is that stands out. But another good piece of advice when describing is if you can compare it to something.
Ooh, something that they might have because I have a very large image library in my head, having been able to see so long. If she can relate it to something that I saw in my past. And I'll wrap this because I know we want to go quick through these. But level of importance in the moment. If you're talking about, she's talking about when we're walking down the street. If someone's walking right at me, I need to know step left or right and that there's a person coming. That's all I need to know. If, however, we're in front of a building that is gorgeously designed and has large gold domes on top of it and is otherwise whitewashed and has a beautiful lawn out front, I would appreciate the details because that might paint a nice image in my head. You can go into as much detail as you want, but only if it's relevant at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool question, man.
Thank
Yeah, that was
you
cool.
very much.
Thank you for allowing me to think about that one.
Yeah.
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
We got you.
Hello.
We can't hear you, man.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more
Oh yes.
into the phone?
Hi.
This is an international number.
I'm Paul. I'm from Amsterdam.
Hey, Paul.
Pete, my life's really impacted by music. How is your experience with that being blind?
Someone translate.
Music. Your life is impacted by music.
The call is just a little rough. Paul.
Yeah, and how? Oh yeah, and what's your experience with music, and how has that impacted your life? With being blind.
I'm kind of funny about music because I've been a producer for a very long time. I produced 3 of my own albums. I've recorded other people's music. I'm very, very, very into sound. And I want things to sound amazing. This is why we all have our own SM58 Shure microphones now, being run through very specific processing on my Tascam Mixcast 4. We've all got the deep setting with a little bit of mids boosted. I could talk about this all day. I am really, really into sound, and I do remember as a kid listening to 80s music and just realizing how differently produced it was from the stuff in the 60s. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know why 60s music kind of sounded hollow to me and 70s music sounded a little tighter. And then the 80s and then you get to the 2000s, and then Linkin Park produced their music so much that they freaking ruined it. It was overproduced. There's too much technology in their music.
Yeah.
But I just like stuff that sounds just beautifully, perfectly compressed and mastered. Like I listen to the music that I get a good feeling out of, but I'm way more appreciative of it when it's produced properly, which is why I'm not a fan of live music, which Maggie will now hit me for. Live music never sounds as good as it does in the studio, to me.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you for calling. I think that's what he was asking.
Yeah.
All right.
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek from Pete?
They're singing to themselves.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello.
Hey.
We can't
Hello?
hear you.
Oh,
Hello?
it's kinda weird. I
You have a
couldn't-
question?
That was like 2 minutes ago. Who's this?
My name is Audrey. I'm from Illinois, Aurora, and I just had a question about.
We got you, Audrey.
I just wanted to know, how do you detect the waves in the water whenever you're surfing?
Brooks? Okay. Nope. I didn't think
Unfortunately, that was not a life advice question, but he has coaches that will tell him when the wave is coming, and then he can feel it underneath the pool.
Caller, you're live. What life advice do you seek?
Good job, Banana. Who's this?
Hello?
We'll let
3, 2.
mute the. Oh, no. Who's this? Oh, I heard you.
Come on.
Yeah, what's your name?
This is Dominic from Michigan.
Dominic from Michigan.
This is Dominic from Michigan.
Thanks for calling. What's
Yeah.
your question?
Go ahead, Dominic.
My question is, I'm a very indoors. I have a question. My question is, I'm a very indoorsy person. How do I get more like outdoors?
I'm going to pull that down
It's
because
been
everything's coming twice for some
It's been
reason.
my experience that there are indoors and outdoors people in life, but I like that you want to get outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would?
Sounds like if your phone is coming through, why do you want to get outdoors? Is it like you or is your mom?
Just because I want to just be more.
It's healthy to go out.
I want to be like more open to like the world and what it has to like offer instead of just being crammed in my house playing video games all day.
That's okay. Well, you
I feel like
just
you've
took the
stumped
first
me.
step.
Yeah, you've because I'm such an outdoors person, and I'm always trying to encourage people to do activities outside. But like, I don't know what is.
Well, I feel personally, and I've got my own thing going on because once I step outside, I don't know where anything is anymore, and I'm lost out there in the world. But I've never gone on an adventure, whether we were hiking in Yosemite or we're just going down to the beach, or we go out to any number of skateboarding adventures or something. I've never regretted one. I was never like, man, I'm so bummed I went outside today. It might not be something that's in your comfort zone. It might not be something that you wake up thinking that you want to do. But if you can force yourself to do it that one time or maybe the next time, and you start having enough positive experiences outside, then maybe after the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 100th time, you will want to go outside because you've had so many positive experiences out there. But you're not going to start feeling those until you start taking the first steps of doing it. So it sounds like you're interested. I think maybe sign up for an activity or just, start doing walks or something.
Or like, is there a state park at all in your town? Because when I was young, I did a lot of hiking, but it was more like just walking through the state park. Is there a place that you could go?
Yeah, there's one close by.
I mean, it might like not sound like
Yeah,
the
there's
most
one close by.
amazing thing, but just like I'm really gonna sound like a dork here, but just like being like amongst the trees and like whatever the birds and all that.
I'll say this. I work inside all day on a computer, and pretty much every day when I get off work, I go for a walk at the beach in the sun, and it fully resets me. I feel a million times better. And then I go back and work some more on the computer until 10 at night. So for me, the walking out in the sun is the only thing that keeps me sane during the day when I'm inside most of the day. So I will say just going for a walk, getting a little vitamin D makes all the difference.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Nike, just do it. Just do it. You'll feel
Thanks
better.
for the call, brother.
It's fun that he wants to. He's like, I want to go outside.
Get outside.
Yep.
All right, we'll take one more, and then we'll read super chats.
Okay.
Last call, guys. Let's make it a good one.
Who is this?
Caller, you're live.
Coming in.
You are the last call. Make it a good one.
What's your name?
Come on, buddy.
Am I on?
You are, but your
Hello?
phone is terrible.
Yeah, you're low.
Am I on?
Yes, you are, but Pete keeps talking over you. What's your name?
Sorry.
No, you're talking.
I kind of want some advice on like, I don't know if you have a merch line or anything, but like, what's your advice on starting your own business?
I'm wearing Surf Squatch right now. Advice on starting your own business is I'm mildly repetitive, but I feel like start something that you are passionate about, that you are interested in, and I think you should put, if it's a business that you're going to start, put as much of yourself into it as you can. Can I quote Billy Idol for a minute?
Sure.
Billy Idol
Okay,
is
so
a
like,
okay, go ahead. They didn't want to hear
so
my
like,
Billy Idol
put
story.
like your like what you like and like make it to like what you put like your favorite items and stuff like that like on the line and make like what? How should I like make it popular and stuff?
How old are you?
I'm 11.
Okay, well, you're
Yeah.
ambitious. I mean, I'll give you that. You probably will end
Starting
up with
business.
a successful
Yeah,
company.
Start it now
Very early.
and
Yeah.
just work on it until you're 30, and it should be successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna longer lead up time there, but if it's something that this is what.
He's asking for clarification.
Well, I got it. I'm gonna give the clarification. I'll save the Billy Idol advice for someone else down the road. If you're starting a business, if you think that fidget spinners are the hottest thing in the world, and you want to get into the fidget spinner business, it's probably not. You're too late. You are too late. If it's already hot, it's too late. So you need to find something that's either just starting to get hot, which I'm not sure if you can do at 11. If you know, I don't know if you can predict market trends, but the best thing to do is find something that you really, if you want it, if it's something that you think you would buy,
yeah.
then other people, and probably other people that you know, might be interested in it. Well, just look to yourself. Don't look at what the world is doing. Don't look at the trends of the world. Don't do the Google keywords and the hot merch on Amazon. What are you wanting to get out there? And I'd say go with that.
Okay, that sounds good. How do you think I should get it out to the world though?
That's why I asked how old you are. That's tough at your age.
Yeah.
You can go on
I know
TikTok.
that's the only thing I'm kind of running into right now.
You might need to. I don't think you can sign up for merch accounts at your age, but you know what? If you were my
I
kid,
forgot to be at 18.
I would be psyched to help you out. I think your parents should be excited that you are an ambitious person. So hopefully they'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, I'm just really thinking I'll be an entrepreneur.
Heck yeah.
So.
Yeah,
We love that.
I think that you are going to do well in life.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good
Good
luck,
buddy. All right.
Bye.
We are done taking calls.
Can I tell my Billy Idol story?
Okay, Brian Murphy for $10 unknown currency. Pete, you don't give yourself enough credit. You inspire so many people in one day than I can in a week. Honestly, you are a legend.
I'm doing my theme music as we do these. Brian Murphy, as always, is one of my favorite commenters, favorite people. He's the guy that started the unboxings. He sent the first box full of stuff, and I'm very appreciative for all of his support. And thank you for always being a voice in my ear that keeps me doing these, Brian.
All right, Kube Vadim for $5. I'm a big fan. I love you, man. Keep up the amazing content.
That is very nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Brian Murphy for another $5.
Brian's all into
in
that.
all caps, find a way, live life without limits, show Pete some love, $signs.
I love it. He's motivating other people.
Brian's like, you're doing this show for free? What's going on?
Brian Murphy for another $5.
Oh, Brian.
Brian, you're
Jeez.
rolling in it.
Greetings from Brooks, Banana, and Josh. Well, thank you, Brian. And
Wait,
then,
Brooks, Banana, and Josh. Where's Josh? Has he been here? Did I not let him talk the whole time?
He's here in spirit.
Okay.
Someone named Crystal the Echidna Meow for $2.
The Echidna. I played with an Echidna once.
Like Knuckles the Echidna.
Yeah.
Any advice for those suffering from depression? I think we've covered a lot of that, but maybe get real quick.
Geez, you just got to find
Stay busy.
something. Yeah, find something to keep you busy. Find something that you're passionate about, and then you just got to start finding little bits of joy in life, and they will compound as you can build on them. Hopefully.
Good one. Brian Murphy again for $5.
Brian.
To anyone having mental health issues, remember you are loved and wanted by so many people. It's okay not to be okay. It will pass.
That is
Very wise words.
Yeah, I was going to say, very well said. It is okay to not be okay.
I don't need to add anything to that. Brian was perfect right there.
Rozier for a 2 of an unknown currency. Joe, where can I find your music and what you into right now?
Oh, my music?
Yeah.
I don't even want to promote my music. The band was called Penthouse J, if you want to dig it up somewhere online. I enjoyed it. It was very... It fit in the time I was doing it, the early 2000s. I was recording it in New York City in the early 2000s, so take it for what it was worth. It was fun.
Lidlock TV has 2 messages here, both for $2.
Ran out of music.
The first one is, I'm puking.
Oh.
Sorry to hear that. You might want to go outside or something, or your toilet. Second one is, call pilot from Nortel Networks, mailbox, ?
Hold on, I picked new music. I just
Yeah,
randomly started tapping on the screen.
Yeah, I feel like it's distracting.
Call pilot from Nortel Networks, mailbox. Does that mean anything to you?
I think they might have texted the wrong person entirely. Oh, mail. Wait. Are they asking for is the person's name Cortel?
Call pilot from Nortel Networks.
Oh, they're asking for my mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
PO box type?
Yeah, if you can go to any of my, I should know this. It's what? Do you know the box number? I don't know. It's on all of the.
278.
Okay, so 300 Carlsbad Street, box 278, Carlsbad, California 92008. And if you don't remember,
It's a UPS store.
yeah, I'm not sending it to my house. That's written in all the unboxing videos. If you want to send something, remember someone said they're like, I'm going to send you a package.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Final words, Pete?
No, thank you. I'm really shocked that many people wanted to ask that many questions, and I hope I gave some decent advice. I'm sure you guys will be telling me later what I was terrible at, but hopefully I gave out something good.
Oh, we would never criticize.
And I hope you
Bye,
like my
thank you
theme
for
music.
calling.